from the end result a little bit, don't you? The end will justify the means. If the Birmingham Phoenix win this game, then slow start, cautious start, lack of intent, you say, well, absolutely fine. They caught up and got the winning score, but if they don't, then that criticism is certainly well-founded. But 74 from 45, it's the originals who are in trouble right now.
Also begs the question of how difficult the surface actually is. Yes, maybe a touch slow, a little bit of turn. We've got good spinners on shore, but by no means is it a deterrent of any sort.
He might enjoy himself on this pitch later on. Ish Sodi is in for Noor Ahmed, the spinner from Afghanistan who's had to leave the competition, as had Rashid Khan, to go and play for the national team. So Ish Sodi in for a couple of games at the back end.
Plenty of Kiwis, both in the men's and women's competition. Ish Sodi later on will join his fellow teammate Prachin Ravindra as well. At the moment, Manchester Original just looking to put together a partnership. Morrison, Serene Smail will just try and nudge the ball around, look to put the bad balls away. And that's important bit as well. You just want to be nudging it into gaps, pick up ones and twos. Don't fall too far behind. They are probably already far behind, 71 of 42. 16 deliveries since the last boundary. Phoenix on top. They've been very good in the field as well. Mollett really impressed, not with just her bowling, but her demeanor, the ground she covers in the field. Rocket arm as well. Chipped into the leg side just for one. Another set of 5. It gets done. Manchester Originals 43 for 5, requiring another 69. Megan shoot back into the attack. One apiece for the top 4. But it's been the batting display, the way Manchester Originals have come out chasing this. It's a must-win game for the Originals in order to stay alive in that possible qualification. Yes, they still could require other results to go in their favor, but important for them to pick up these 4 points themselves first. Great hand, excellent hand by Perry at mid-off.
Yeah, saved a certain boundary there by moving smartly away to her left. Nice bounce, actually. Allowed her to haul the ball in.
Partnership 14, all in singles. Boundaries hard to come by now. 21 deliveries since the ball crossed the fence. And that's the trouble. Yes, they want to be taking it along, but they need the boundaries, at least one every over to stay up with the rate.
Easy to come by. It's quite a big playing surface here at Old Trafford. I've seen smaller boundaries than these in the women's competition this year. Dottin was the only boundary we've had in 54 balls now, so they're very hard to come by, and that's why they're falling behind the rate.
Maybe they want to just try behind square, reverse or laps. At the moment, bowling is spot on. It's a matter of risk and reward now. How much are the batters willing to risk? Has to be calculated, but there are boundaries behind. Put away. Put away, jumped onto that back foot very quickly. Much needed boundary for the Originals.
Absolutely, more where that came from. As I said, the boundaries have been very, very hard to come by, but this was a little short, powerfully pulled away.
Will be two. Will be two. And it is two. Back-to-back boundaries.
Yeah, back-to-back boundaries for Smale, and maybe the Originals can do what the Phoenix did, which is get some acceleration towards the end of the innings. It was Keir Stallis and then Elise Perry who got going finally, but it all came at the end of the innings.
She'll have to get back. Shy at the stumps. Another one bites the dust. They have been electric in the field, have Phoenix. Half a chance. Perry is brilliant.
Yeah, it's turning out to be a good afternoon for the Phoenix, who've been pretty desperate in the competition this year, but saving their best almost to last. This was excellent from the skipper, setting herself and throwing down the stumps. Delight for her and the Phoenix, and Manchester Originals stuttering now. 54 for 6, Fee Morris run out for 9 off 11.
Exceptional they've been, and in particular Elise Perry. Took her time, took her aim, crashed the ball into the stumps to have the Original 6 down. $55 for 6, beg your pardon. Manchester Originals require 57 from 30 deliveries.
Well, 94 was the partnership that I mentioned between Steer Callis and Elise Perry, and it looks like that's going to be the killer partnership of the game. Came at a much-needed time when the Phoenix were really struggling to get the ball away, and it was Steer Callis who gave it the impetus. Elise Perry just took her cue from that partnership at the heart of the good position that the Phoenix find themselves in now. Just got to try and finish the game off.
Yeah, so often you see that energy bleed into the innings change if you've done well towards the back end to close out, and that's exactly what Callis and Elise Perry got with that big partnership towards the end. You look at the game under a microscope, you have to say some of the shot selection with the bat from the originals hasn't been the best either.
Quite hard, isn't it? You lose both your openers for none. You 4 down for 14, 5 down for 31, under pressure from the start. It's quite hard to drag it back from there. Particularly then when the spinners come on and there's a bit of turn in the surface and they can add to that pressure as well. But Sophie Eccleston, well, you can give it a wallop when needed.
Slightly quicker through the air, Phoebe Brett targeting those stumps. You have to be careful. Jump onto that back foot and the ball just slips under and gets passed into those stumps. Another one hits the stumps. Maybe we'll have a look. I think Sophie Eccleston has got a slight worried look on her face. Well, on a very delayed chain of thought, the on-field umpire has given Sophie Eccleston out. Not the best of running either from Eccleston.
Well, it's very... which may have cost her an inch or two. It was mighty close, though.
Coming back to your point, there wasn't that urgency to get across. She thought it was comfortable. It wasn't the case. 7 down now. And a little bit more to smile about for the Birmingham Phoenix, who won their first game and since then haven't had a lot to celebrate. 54 from 25, the equation for the originals.